Konene, so imekuwa like one of those weekends, man. Like it's been a very wild weekend if you come to Kenyan politics. And the reason why I'm saying that is ushacheki headline, paka the headline makes no sense. So kulikuwa na hii headline. First of all nilicheki like wasee walikuwa wametweet juu yake. But then I saw it as a headline and I thought this was fake. And what was the headline? The headline ilikuwa ni restaurant scare as Alai allegedly pulls gun on Babu Owino. Then ikaendelea. Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai was yesterday involved in a serious gun altercation with Embakasi East MP Babu Owino at an upscale Nairobi restaurant in an incident that adds a new and alarming chapter to Owino's history of firearm-related controversies, most notably the case involving DJ Evolve. Then ikakuwa trouble erupted after the two politicians unexpectedly ran into each other at a popular eating spot in Kilimani, Cedar's Lebanese restaurant. They had arrived separately. According to eyewitnesses, Babu Owino was engaged in a lunch meeting with an unidentified man when Alai walked into the establishment and spotted him and strode directly to his table. A heated verbal confrontation ensued, alafu ikakuwa ni during which Alai accused Owino of using popular online activist Maverick Aoko to tarnish his wife's reputation. So kama ujuagi history, inakuwaga kuna history moja ile waga ina go round that juu wife wa Alai alikuwa na lala sijui na some boda guy. Mpaka hini raya boda iko na guts gani, because hey, kosha imita Alai, tushaikuwaga na Alai hapa, that dude is big, man. Yoni dude ikipata na wife wake, damn, wewe mwenyewe mimi nakuheshimu, because that dude, hey, that's why it's gonna understand like why with that size ya Alai, why pull out a gun on Babu? Ama do you think that Babu mwenyewe is parking? That's why you feel like unatoa yako ndio kitoa yake umbaki umemlilishia. So the first time when I heard this story, I actually thought it was fake till I saw it on Citizen. Wacha tusikize.
Now, police are investigating a confrontation between Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino and Kileleshwa Ward MCA Robert Alai that involved the brandishing of a firearm. The altercation happened at a nightclub in Kilimani, with the MP recording a statement with the police accusing the MCA of assaulting him. Ode Francis with the details.
It was a quiet afternoon at a popular restaurant along Lenana Road, where a routine meeting between MP Babu Owino and a senior clergyman had just taken place. He was on his way home when he noticed a table of familiar faces that had leaders and acquaintances among them, including Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai. He approached to greet the group, but what began as a routine exchange quickly escalated into a scene of chaos.
Then stood next to him, and before I left, there's one of them.
Damn. Oh, so yeah, Citizen, there was even an interview from Babu Owino. So one thing there's a sema before tuendelee. Udem anaitwa Maverick, yosemaga vitu zingine wild sana, and you get away with a lot of stuff because yosema vitu wild na vitu zile, I don't know, like I'm not the sort of person who semaga vitu za injure reputations, but yosemaga hizo vitu. And the fact that ushaisikiaga nikisema that nani needs to reign on her, like it can't be that she is independent minded and she says these wild things. Hizi vitu alisema juu ya Alai are not wild. Najua sijui wife wa nani alala na wife wa nani, hizo ni zile za but somehow amekuwa kiget away na hizi vitu. So does that justify what happened here? No. I'm just saying that hizo wild allegations, it's time for now Babu to start treating her as a liability. Why? She's not earning Babu any votes. I don't know in what world where Babu thinks all these insults can turn into votes. I don't know in which world he thinks that is the case. But wacha tuendelee.
Who said that, Babu, you will be a governor of Nairobi? Then Alai became mad, and from that point he stood up, pushed me, saying, you cannot be a governor of Nairobi. You sent people to attack my wife on social media.
He says the MCA drew a pistol, cocked it and struck him in the chest before punching him in the jaw. Babu claims he remained composed even as a DCI officer at the scene intervened and disarmed Alai.
Okay, I think there is a lie in this statement. Alai akipiga Babu Owino, a light-skinned dude, blow kwa jaw, there's going to be evidence. There's going to be a mdomo ita. That dude is big, man. Like, damn, koja watch episode yetu na Alai, just go watch. Ona mimi nimekaa kwa hii, Alai amekaa hapa. Angalia difference in size. Na kwaga tu ile raha kikuseti blow jaw, especially kwa jaw. Inza kwa that Anthony Joshua versus kwani Jake Paul story, I always remain the same. But wacha tuendelee.
Attempts to amicably settle the matter at the scene did not end well. Owino says the MCA slashed water on him. The MP later reported the incident at Kilimani police station. Police officers visited the club on Sunday, seeking to establish exactly what happened and recording statements from witnesses.
The MCA, that is the Kileleshwa ward, Alai, had a firearm which was confiscated and currently at Kilimani police station.
So ino kitu moja pia musemaga, especially after the Babu Owino gun incident. Like, why do these people have guns? The Babu Owinos and these MPs, and especially right now, like, an MCA has a gun. Like, damn, man, like, where are we getting to? And these people, kitu moja waga mbaya na hiyo ni you never walk away from a fight. But ikikuwa ni mkono wase walk away. So that's why you find mimi na wewe hatutafutagi vita. Hata tukikosa na watu, we just look at it and we are like, you know what, I'll just walk away. Even if I don't agree with this situation, I'll just walk away. But mtu akiwa na hii itakuwa ni let's push it to the next level. So that's the one thing mu feeling very bad about hii situation yote. Like ni wase wale munzendeta by accident umkanyage mguu alafu amwe unamdharau alafu pap alafu Kenya, if you have access to power and if you have, cause if you have to ask me, is Alai anything going to happen to Alai? I don't think so. He's going to get away with it. Why? Because right now he's one of the biggest Ruto supporters, so he's going to get away with this one. And wacha tumalizie.
The report was taken. The two politicians appeared before Kilimani police station at the DCI's office, made their statements, and we are here again today to interview the workers of the hotel, the management, with a view of understanding what transpired.
More than 6 individuals have so far recorded statements with the police in connection with the incident. Our attempts to reach Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai for a comment were unsuccessful.
So kilenza kujua, even in such a situation, what sort of justice would Babu Owino want? Because Babu has been involved in such a case, and in his case the outcome was much worse than hii altercation yake na Alai. So what would justice look like for Babu Owino? Ekonene. So the festive season is here. Na Lemfi wako na a very great offer kwako. Abaki umesign up ukitumia the promo code Ekonene, and on your first transaction ya $50 ukisend home unabaki umepata a $20 sign up reward. Najua $20 sign up reward on your first transaction of $50 only. Why? Because it's the festive season. Baki umechangamka, tumia promo code Ekonene, ingia Lemfi. Why? Upate the most competitive exchange rates. Alafu pia inakuwaga ni chap like transactions ziko instant. Changamka haraka Lemfi, international payments for everyone. Ekonene. So tukitoka hapo wacha tucheki story ingine. Na hii story ni story na Moses Kuria. So Moses Kuria on Saturday night ali go on this very, I don't know if to call it an interesting rant ama a disturbing rant. Najua. So kuna vitu kadhaa zile alibaki amesema zile ni kwa zile za damn. Okay. So wacha tuangalie, like the one that caught my attention kabisa ilikuwa ni some statement alikuwa amerusha at 11:14 PM on Saturday night. So ilikuwa ni Honorable Jayne Kihara, you unalived your husband Honorable Kihara through HIV. Honorable Kihara is from Kahohoine in Gatondo South. We have not forgiven you. Do not provoke us. So when I saw this, I was like, damn, like what are they talking about? Then impaka umsa naitwa nani jo, Ahmed Nasir alikuwa comment amesema Subhanallah. I don't know what that means, but I think maybe it means God damn. So in the process nikamwa like, let me go and check the sort of like tweets that Moses Kuria was putting out there. Another tweet nikabaki nimecheki, yeye alikuwa ameput like at 8:46 pm. Ilikuwa inasema ni Honorable Jayne Kihara, after planning violence against fellow women leader Honorable Mdhoni, you are being ficked at crevice thika. Enjoy my sister. So he of course anamaanisha that udem alikuwa na au mother, kuzi mother fulani. Huyu Jayne Kihara kwa umjui ni mother fulani jo, hapo mother waga mrefu jo. Sema huyu mother alikuwa anapepetwa somewhere at crevice thika. Like damn, and that's what Kenyan politics is like. It's just nasty. It's not, there's nothing like principles, and inakuwaga tu ni upumbavu, ni kuandika vitu zingine za so in the process nikamwa like, let me just go through easy tweets za nani, and they were just getting worse and worse and worse. So kulikuwa na gani tena, ilikuwa ni hapo saa alikuwa nabonga juu ya Rigathi Gachagua. So kuna place ilikuwa nai sasa alianza kuingia juu ya Rigathi Gachagua, and hizo pia zilikuwa zile za damn. Don't forget this was the same weekend that something else was happening somewhere, Babu Owino versus Alai, and then huku pia Moses Kuria was going on. So aliandika Rigathi Gachagua impregnated a girl from Madhira, afu Pastor Dorcas covered up by unaliving the girl. We are not stupid. Damn. Then akaandika place ingine, dear Kikuyus in Lamu are under continuous attack from Al-Shabaab. Today their prime defender Honorable Muthoni Marubu was assaulted by Rigathi Gachagua. I will deal with this kehe perpendicularly. Yes. So kulikuwa na hiyo. Alafu Rigathi Gachagua guyeno keheke omothe newa shogodha gitoi. Okay, sijui ni shogodha hapo sijui ni jue ni mimi na wewe going forward. I was not two term, I am from today. You ate more ama you are more dangerous than William Ruto Nogo. Damn. So kulikuwa na hiyo jo. Alafu another tweet alikuwa ameput, I think this was much earlier, ilikuwa ni I have left Makomboki where I had gone to condole with Honorable James Gakuya as we laid to rest his dear mom Alice Wangari Gakuya. Then akasema I left when I learned of a plot to cause violence against those perceived to be opposed to Rigathi Gachagua. What I did not know is they could go to the extent of kuumiza a woman. Lamu women rep Muthoni Marubu. I've asked before whether Jomo Kenyatta, Mwai Kibaki or Uhuru Kenyatta could order violence against women. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, you're a coward, a despot, and a dangerous man. From today, prepare for the battle royale. You've crossed the line. And do I think, personally, and I don't have any evidence, but do I think that Rigathi Gachagua would plan violence against? I don't think so. I just feel like hii kitu ya Rigathi Gachagua, I've analyzed it, especially when it comes to Moses Kuria versus Rigathi Gachagua. Moses Kuria was the guy that replaced Uhuru Kenyatta in Gatondo, and naturally I think subconsciously he thought he'd be the next Kikuyu kingpin. Remember, he was the sort of guy who alikuwa naendaga na ile story yake the foreskin misleads the mind. That was his rallying call, and when he went to rallies he'd like really hype up the crowd. All this time no one knew Rigathi Gachagua. So where the hell did this guy come from, and why is he the de facto leader right now? So akwende huko. And this Rigathi Gachagua guy, because one thing about him is emotions, politics and emotions. So with that, he's ended up becoming more and more popular, and as he becomes more and more popular, the likes of akina Moses Kuria don't feel good about it. So they might say these things. I don't know, maybe it might be true, but when I look at it politically, what does he have to gain from the few people meet from the mountain, they are very Rigathi Gachagua. Hata every time musamaga kitu negative juu ya Rigathi Gachagua, from the comments you can see unajua inakuwaga like you can see the amount of love that he has, that you can't even say something negative against him. So do I think he caused this? Makes no sense to me politically. Like, what does he have to gain? But then what do I know? Unajua, I'm there assuming that politicians think logically. But this was interesting to see. What I want to see ni kile Jayne Kihara atadu, because sasa hiya Jayne Kihara I think pia ina border on that aoko shit. Najua ile it's bordering on defamation and it's bordering on, so what's going to happen? Number one, did Mr. Kihara alidedi na ukimwi ama zi? Number two, huyu mother alikuwa crave sticker, and kali kwa crave sticker ira ilikuwa na yeye iko inasoma hizo tweets iko like, kwa nini huko niambia? Yani Jayne umefanya nikaigoga. Nimegoga nyama kwa nyama Jayne. Jayne umeamua lazima nikufe. Watu suruali tuache mambo mingi. Tuta. Mimi nimesema tuta. Shit, because I think Jayne one time. Okay. So I don't know. I feel like it's now I find it to be super ugly. So I don't know, but Kenyan politics you can never actually know. Nizapata hizi vitu zote zile you assume that it's impossible, they're actually possible, and people end up doing all this crazy stuff. But wacha ninangoja kucheki vile this whole story is going to pan out, and by the time nadu hivi, let me just confirm kama Moses Kuria amedelete hizo vitu, because kuna swali alikuwa anasema alikuwa amekunywa vitu zake and he was going to delete. So of course msekami had to take screenshots because I was planning to inaitwa nini to react to this. But ira ya iko nini ilibaki imeandika jo, as the Moi era DO Rigathi Gachagua was the ringleader of the gang that was stealing coffee from Boy, Kamati and Komodhai and Gatada coffee factories. And yes, so kuna hii, so umse declare war on Rigathi Gachagua. Do I think this war is genuine? I don't know, man. I think for anyone who's ambitious enough and Rigathi Gachagua showed up and took your spot, you'd be pissed. So I understand him being pissed as hell, but life does not work that way. I always say, like, life is not fair. So since life is not fair, this guy can come from nowhere and end up being like the most popular politician in central Kenya. And I feel like Moses Kuria just needs to work with that reality. Kumbuka Moses Kuria alikuwa amejichocha, because I think what he expected to happen in Central is not happening. Like, if you'd asked me in 2017 or 2013, Wamatangi versus Moses Kuria, Kiambu County, I would have said Moses Kuria was going to win. Najua. That's how much, because he used to be the guy. Hata hii 2022 majuzi, bado ilikuwa na pulizo stories zake the 1969 oath na stories that the foreskin misleads the mind. So he's always been the guy for the crowd. But in 2022, I remember there's this one image yake ile alienda kwa crowd flani Kiambu. I think wasal kwa shabo ekana yeye ile alikuwa anafanya wase hivi kwa akiwa jia nini. So I think by that time people had started getting bored with him. And right now he feels like the guy to bring down is Rigathi Gachagua. So now, as Prophet Habakkuk, you might be wondering who's going to win, Moses Kuria versus Rigathi Gachagua. And yeah, let's consult. Rigathi Gachagua. Yes, this is a battle that the best that Moses Kuria can do is my insults zake za internet. And where is the internet going? I don't think that grandmother in Katondo South is somewhere logged in akiwa kwa internet akiscroll. So au ajali. And right now, as things stand, the de facto Mount Kenya leader Rigathi Gachagua, and anyone who tells you otherwise is trying to be woke. Najua kuna time ukaga chini na watu wa mlima sikira hii kupale mse ana support kwa ground, kuzile kwenda huko mse ana support kwa ground. He's the most popular right now. He come to Central, especially Kikuyu Central. He is the most popular. And people like Moses Kuria will talk all this ish. They'll insult him. They'll claim he was the DO and this was happening. People won't care. Why? Because politics is emotional. This takes us back to ile time ya Ruto. Na ile time Ruto alianza kurun for president alafu wasa wakasema msee ni mwizi ataiba alafu in the process walikuwa wanasema hata kama ni mwizi wetu. The same thing saizi Gachagua itakuwa hata kama ni dio mbaya wetu. And so I think here Moses Kuria the best anaweza fanya tu ni hizi insults, but and I think pia anaweza predict ikikam to Moses Kuria, I think he's the next Kimunya. Najua those dudes that just disappear. He's the next Murongaro. Yes. Hizo raya tu zili disappear. No raya ziko zina make noise at some point alafu zika disappear tu. So yeah, according to me, because Murongaro is still alive, yes? I think so. Wacha nisikuwe na bonga juu raya ili dead. Because Murongaro, I remember at some point, especially Kimunya. Kimunya alikuwa like one of those dudes where you could see every day. Kimunya was even one of the guys were in 2007. Ile time nani alikuwaga nyuma kabisa. Ilikuwa yes, he's a former Kenyan. Chris Murongaro is still there. So he's a former Kenyan. So ile time 2007 results zikiannouncewa when I think Raila was leading with like 1 million. Kimunya was the guy ule nakumbuka akiwa KICC alisema something very our strongholds have not started reporting. I've never forgotten that. So he was that powerful. Then at some point he just disappeared. And that's what I can predict ikikam to Ubuda naitwa nani. He's just going to disappear. Ubuda naitwa Moses Kuria. The best advice for Moses Kuria, ingekuwa ni mimi na advice, ingekuwa his personal advisor, would have been to stick and just stay in that government ya Ruto and see where it goes. Then Ruto angetoka alafu yeye mwenyewe angeendelea kudo his thing, and if couple support Ruto, then vitu zikienda poa, Ruto gives you a job in his second term. Vitu zikienda vibaya, as long as you did your thing, maybe you can make people forget and then try and come back after 2032. But no, you decided to play your cards and put your cards on the table too soon, and you lost. Now you can kick and you can scream and you can call Rigathi Gachagua all sorts of names and accuse him of all sorts of things. But Buddha, you're crying over spilt milk. That political career is gone. And that's my prophecy as Prophet Habakkuk. Kama unafikiria niko wrong, come to Moses Kuria, baki umeniambia hapo kwa comments, alafu tubaki tumejua ni aje. Na vile nilisema happy new year, man, and happy prosperous 2026. Give it your best, man. Like anything that you do, just give it 100. And there's no guarantee if you give it 100 kila kitu itaenda poa, but at least on your side you can look at the man in the mirror and be like, you know what, I gave it 100%. Don't go 50-50, man. You have to go ham. Just give it 100%, and then also magani, let the chips fall where they may. Eko nene.